Hey everybody, welcome to episode 132 of the Bonehead podcast, where we talk all things Blood Bowl. And jingle. Welcome back and happy new year. It's Blood Bowl time again. It's been a bit of a delay since the last podcast. It feels like forever ago. I'm sure we'll talk about that as we go along today. But as ever, I am joined by Blood Tide Ben. BT, how are you?
I'm doing very well, thank you. How are you?
Oh, yeah, not bad. I mean, we know that Ben is a professional painter now, but also moonlighting as a lumberjack. Apparently.
Leave my early 2000s hoodie alone, okay? I've had this for ages.
I don't know, man. The 2000s, those weren't hoodies. Anyway, we are also joined by Ian Triple Power Triple O. Trips, how you doing?
Have you had evening? Very good, thanks.
Have you had a headphones upgrade?
I've just they are different headphones than I've usually used, but they've been connected for a while, just hanging under the desk.
Fair enough. And although he can no longer see, we are joined by Miltonio Banderas. Milton, how you doing?
Yeah, I'm good. Thanks. Yeah, it's a bit dim for painting in here, but I'm going to try anyway.
What are you painting?
The Tomb Guardians from the Khemri.
Paths.
Yeah.
Oh, that is an excellent
so
team.
good. So good. Very happy with them.
Big fan of that. Now today I need to keep it short, just because I don't want to abandon Tiff for too long just yet. So we're going to skip news and hobby, but to be fair, there isn't any news, right? Have I missed anything?
Not really.
No, I mean Trips. I think there was a couple of stars.
Yeah, Greshnak and Skitter Stabber both up for pre-order now. They come out at the end of January.
I do like Skitter, and I do like the Minotaur, but they've done that thing again where they're like, "Hey, here are these models," and then they wait almost as long as the terrible Bretonian Lord to actually release them. And by the time it's out, you're like, "No, we're done with that now."
I'd love to discuss that. Now is not the time.
No, well, Old World does come out this weekend, I think. They've got a big thing going on in Nottingham, which is it's quite cool. But I think we should do like a mini episode on the Old World when it lands, just because I think there's some juice there, and I kind of want to unleash Ben a little. I think that would be full Che Guevara on that one. I think that would be quite cool.
I mean, it's definitely BB related, isn't it, to some degree?
I'll let more red show through.
We need to get you some kind of wall hanging to go over your blind.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
We'll crowdsource it.
Scare the neighbours.
We'll crowdfund it.
Yeah.
Scare the neighbours. Before we do move on to our main topic, which we'll talk about in a second, Trips, is there anything kicking around on Blood Bowl 3 that we've not... please, I've not paid any attention for the last few weeks.
So just some minor updates to the games and patches, but we are in the Season 2 finals are being played through at the moment, and they're being streamed for people to watch as well. There is a bit of sports casting going on for those who like watching good Blood Bowl, and feedback's been quite good on those so far.
That's excellent. In the world of sports, though, Trips, got the Packers taking on the 49ers this weekend.
Absolutely, it's a proper game. I did not think that the Packers were going to crush the Cowboys quite as much as they did. That game was over by the end of the first quarter.
That was gorgeous. That was just unnecessary pantsing. It was wonderful. It was just wonderful. It was like full on Imperial Nobility team just rocking up a 3-0 win on a team with an actual thrower. Although Jordan Love is pretty good. It was something special. I couldn't believe what was going on. I was so anxious, even going into the fourth quarter when we were like 79 up. I was like, we can still lose this with the defense. And then they won. So Libby May and I were sitting up watching the Packers somehow win a wildcard game. That's very exciting.
Very nice. Well, I hope you enjoyed your one win for the Packers because they aren't having one more.
It's almost the best way to do it. Like when you are punching above expectation, it's like going to a Blood Bowl tournament and be like, you know what? I got 2 wins. I was not expecting 2 wins. This is fine now. Like whatever happens is good. It's kind of how my vibes on it. Anyway, but today we are going to be doing a draft. We're going to be doing a 2024 NAF draft. And I tell you what, we'll move over into it and we'll talk through exactly how it's going to work and why we're doing it. Okay, so the NAF is really great in the way that it ranks and rates and records a whole bunch of matches. Now, we get to use that data every month, asterisk most months, where we do our monthly meta so that we can track which teams are winning, which teams are the most popular. So if you're heading to a tournament, you can kind of, well, we always say what's legal and what's lethal. You kind of get to grips with which teams are performing really well and which you are likely to see. So it's really cool in that regard. And I was sitting in the middle of the night looking after the little one and kind of thinking, wouldn't it be cool if we could kind of like pick or build super teams? And came up with this idea. So this is going to be our 2024 NAF draft. And what we're going to do is we're going to take it in turns. Well, we're going to snake draft to pick a team. And as the year goes on, we will get points for the wins of that team in NAF tournaments. Now, I'm not going to do anything complicated this time round, but we are simply going to be like, right, we're going to pick a team. And then as the year goes on, we're going to get all the wins for all those teams. Now, because of the situation with Underworld and the fact that they're about to get another gutter runner, we are just going to ban them from this, which is mathematically beautiful as well, because there's 29 teams including Slan and there's 4 of us, so we get rid of Underworld. We then get 7 picks each, and there is only one caveat, which is we've got some yellow highlighted teams there. We each have to pick at least one stunty team. I don't know why, I just think we should.
I think it's fun. Yeah.
I kind of thought we could do like a stunty cup as well, but I don't think it really matters because but I think it'll be quite interesting because it'll be like the first person to drop a real team to pick up a stunty team gets first pick of stunties. And you know, we love a good draft. We love a good draft on that. One thing I haven't done is a randomizer, but yeah, what did you guys think about doing this nonsensical idea?
I think this is great. This is exciting. I see some NAF stats. Can't exactly remember the order of which is best, so I'm just going to go off vibes. But yeah, I think it's going to be fun. It's going to help us engage with like what's going on in the meta. I think to give like 2024, we'll have a bit more of an insight. Cause we've got a bit more incentive to follow along. Yeah, I think it's cool.
I think how am I going to do this? We need a random.
Just Google it. Just load up a webpage.
Huh?
Let's roll a d4.
Yeah, roll a d4.
I don't have any dice in here. I'm in the studio.
Google does.
Right, Ben, can you take care of the randomizer?
Yeah. Damn, I rolled a 20. I rolled a d24. Roll 1 dice, 4-sided. Let's go. Who's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4?
We'll do.
I'll put it in order on the screen, starting with trips.
Yep.
Yes.
Going clockwise.
Yeah, go for it.
Okay, first up is 1.
Trips.
There we go.
I'll run 3-sided dice. 2, it's you, Ben.
All right, I'm enjoying the clockwiseness of this so far.
1, next is Milton, then it's me.
Oh, you had to go and ruin it.
Had to ruin it.
I'd like to thank you for rolling a 1 for me as well, Ben, because that just continues the theme.
So one of the things I have done is binge a load of content. And I even watched some Conquest, and it still upsets the hell out of me that you have to roll low. But Trips, I really think you should
Conquest is the game for you.
quit your day job and become a competitive Conquest player.
Oh,
yeah.
I wouldn't believe I thought this was going to be the year where I wouldn't roll 1s, but yeah, every game I've played so far this year has not gone well.
I'm a big fan of calling you Trips. I'm a big fan of calling you Triple Pow, but I really think we should start calling you Ace. I think that's just the one, literally and figuratively. Okay, so we're going to snake draft this. So it's going to go Trips, me, Milton, Ben, Milton, me, Trips. We're going to snake draft it. So the person who picks first has to go all the way down. Ooh, guys, Magic the Gathering, they're changing the boosters. There's no longer going to be 15 cards in them now. There's going to be 14.
What?
Yeah.
Inflating the booster packs.
Yeah, weird.
Does it really cost them much different?
Yeah.
They're actually going to cost more as well. Because they changed. So there's the draft boosters, and then they did these set boosters where there's like more stuff in, like 2 rares and some stuff. They brought them both out, realized that having multiple was bad, so they're just getting rid of the draft booster and selling the set and just keeping the set booster. They're tweaking it, so it's like 14 cards, but they're all cards that they're like better chance of rarity. It's a really interesting one, but I mean. The last card in the pack is the Brock Purdy of it all, so it doesn't really matter. I'm interested to see the Mr. Irrelevant of this draft, actually. Or should I say, the Chaos team.
Yes.
All right, so
I've never seen what Chips has picked.
about over to this. Oh, Trips is. What have we got? Where are we got? So, Trips, have you made your first pick already?
I know. I was getting ready for it. Yes.
Okay.
Straight off the bat. Scrolled in.
So
I can undo it. There you go.
Oh no. Oh, there we go. Oh, right, bloody hell, yeah, of course. Okay, so up first in the 2024 NAF draft, and this is something that we can check in with as the whole year goes on, which will be quite fun. I'm going to cart some infographics just for extra lols. So, Trips, pick number 1. What are you going to go for?
So pick number 1, I'm going to go for a team that we don't see very much at our Bonehead tournaments, but is a great all-around team. Had a new star player towards back end of last year, and if a team of legends, Elf team, come out, may get some more as the year goes on. So for pick number 1, I will be taking the Dark Elves.
That is a completely and utterly unsurprising pick for you, Trips. Oh, not seeing your pick on the list. 1 Trips 1. This one. Oh, this is my fault. This is my fault. Not really my fault.
Yeah.
I mean, I wrote the sheet, so it is my fault. Oh, I don't know. I'll fix that as we go along. We'll bounce back into the teams. All right, fair enough. So that leaves me with pick 2. And we've got the graphic up on the screen so we can see the rest of the teams. Now, this is about wins, number of wins, rather than potentially the percentage. So I know the team I want to take, but I'm going to leave that because I know the team, because Ed Milton's going to take it. So, Trips, would you do me the honours of putting me down for Skaven?
Oh, it's
Popular team. If you're going numbers, that is a good choice.
I don't know.
Is it not working?
It's not working. It was working earlier. Never mind. I can fix that as we go. So that is it for me. And then over to Milton for pick 3.
So it's based on numbers of win, because I
is.
think we discussed in a pod last year that Lizardmen are one of the most popular, most played teams, aren't they? By quite like a margin. But their success in wins is not massive, is it? It's like there's a lot of games played, but ooh. I mean,
they're a good starter team, but they often go horribly wrong.
Very nice.
There we go.
We're going to pick Milk.
well, yeah. The thing is like I'm pretty sure everyone's thinking, oh, I'm going to pick Orcs,
Yeah.
which I want to do,
Go on then.
like deeply. But is it the right pick? Yeah, of course it is. I'm going Orcs. What am I even talking about?
I think it's so solid. Orcs is such a solid team that will consistently get wins, consistently and place high. So,
and they're very popular as well. And I think, I don't know, are they still popular because of the starter set, or are they popular because they're kind of tend to be a little bit advantaged at a lot of events that use the Games Workshop system?
Honestly, I think just Orcs are a popular fantasy sort of pick, aren't they? And like, if you're coming into a game from literally any other genre of fantasy game, you know orcs, you know what they're about. They're a really solid pick. They're a really solid team. They're quite easy to pick up. I mean, they're not too much of a technical challenge. You know, there's not like a huge variety of skills across the team. They just got good base stats. Yeah, I think that's probably more likely it. There will be a lot of people, a lot of coaches with the 2016 box that just have orcs floating around, but you can only order them direct at the moment, I think. There's a couple of teams, including the humans, I think you can only get direct. They haven't repackaged the box for the 2020 for season 2.
No.
Games Workshop are still having supply issues, though, aren't they? With many everythings, I think. I don't know. Anyway, unsurprisingly, orcs. So BT,
Yeah. So I get snake draft advantage here.
you do.
So
you
I'm
get the
gonna-
double
I'm
pick,
gonna
the
straight-
double drop.
Yeah, I know exactly the 2 I want. I'm going to go with a solid team to begin with that I know always ends well is Undead.
Ooh,
I
okay.
think they're a popular one. I don't remember the official rankings from last year, but I'm pretty sure they're up there. I'm going to take them, and then my second pick, I can actually do this myself, can't I? Where is Shambling Undead, or have you put it under Undead?
It's just Undead, yeah.
Pick one for BT, and then second pick, I'm going to do that advantage and snap up Snotlings. They've got a considerably high win rate over.
They
other
do.
Thunders.
Yeah, that's a good
So-
shout.
And they are not
Yeah.
But
massively.
that's really annoying because that's what I wanted to do.
We got in there first.
They're not massively unpopular either.
No.
So Undead was pick 1, and Snotlings was pick 2.
Oh, sorry, I made it pick 2.
No, you're fine. You're fine. You're fine. We've got the rankings up here. We're a bit. I say we. I'm a bit rusty. Seriously, this is the first time I've had a chance to do anything this year, which is quite a shock. Except I've glued some stuff, which has been fun. I've sprayed some stuff, which has been fun.
Yeah, and you've painted an entire forest. Yeah, let's do it.
Well, that was spraying trees brown and then spraying them green.
Yeah.
That took like 30
Especially
minutes.
subject.
But it's nice to be in the studio. Actually, I've got all the green screen up now, which is
It's working great.
entertaining. Yeah, I got a light in here as well. It's weird having the divider. Like, this is like, there's 2 rooms. I've turned it into 2 rooms now because of the green screen, which is really weird. Like, however, effective for heating. Anyway, that's boring stuff. Next pick is Milton again.
Yeah.
Yep.
Just to say, talking about lighting, you were right, Ben. I should definitely have not painted. There's now way too much brown in places there shouldn't be. And
Yep.
I'm giving up with that this evening, so we'll pick that up tomorrow. Right. Okay, this is... I wanted the Snotlings. That was my plan. I've been foiled. Ooh.
Good plans fall over at the first time Bloodtooth gets involved.
Yeah, that sounds about right. Alison says that all the time.
I'm gonna go with Wood Elves.
Ooh. Yeah, I think they're quite high, aren't they? Again, I don't think they're super popular. But...
Interesting.
Mm. Or am I going to go with Amazons? No, I'm going to go with Wood Elves.
He's going for Wood Elves. Oh.
Yeah. Well, Wood Elves are quite high win rating. I don't know how much their play rating. I know they're quite a popular team. They still are a popular team.
I think they ended the year, or the last period I prepped for. I think they were in top 10. I think.
Yeah, they're 100% top 3, I think.
Yeah. Yeah, they're just like a really solid team. But my anticipation is that we're going to get the high elf drop and some more elf star players.
I like that.
Some more Elven Union stuff. And it might be because obviously with the season 2, with the keyword of Elven Kingdoms, the Wood Elves even get like a perk from that, like gives them a boost because they get access to the high elf stars, or whatever comes along next. And so I think we might see a sort of an increase in that. Maybe. We'll see.
Trips, what do you reckon? Asperon Thorn? Is he gonna make it to the tabletop?
Please.
Oh, he's in Blood Bowl 3, so
Yeah.
I think he definitely will make it to tabletop, and he will be an awesome tournament player.
Mhm.
He's just
Did you-
skills, isn't he?
Yeah, because he gives you everything you need, which means you can put it into players.
Remind me his cost.
200 or less, I think.
I think he used to be like something like 160.
That,
He was
that's
ridiculously well priced.
I mean, we don't see Wood Elves take Glorial basically ever, right? Because
Mhm.
you know, but for a similar price point, because Asperon, he's got good passing and pass, but most importantly, he's got sure hands, which means that you can kind of avoid taking the Wood Elf Furrow altogether, and for like a 50-60k upgrade or whatever, get all the skills you want to just be able to farm the ball off to a catcher or a ward answer, and then spend the money actually on taking catchers and ward answers.
Yeah, he was 160 in Blood Bowl 16.
Right, so that only cements my my decision there.
That's a
'Cause
solid pick.
if he drops, yeah, I can see us doing a lot more Wood Elf choice.
Yeah, because it used to be Aspen Thorn or a wizard. Take Aspen Thorn.
Yeah, that extra body and the skills is very, very, very effective if he arrives. Although, I mean, where are we now? We're in the middle of January, so we've got to assume that we're going to see an almanac at the end of this month, potentially with some more stars in. It would, like similar to last year. That would be, I mean, that's what I'm expecting. I don't know if there's much furor for it, you know. But that's fuel raw. There's a word you need to stop using, Ben. That was actually a really lovely thing my dad said about my daughter when he met her for the first time. That she had a very 1940s haircut.
You said that about me before.
I said, yeah, well, yes, you had that Luftwaffe phase.
Never grew up.
I've just got this weird image of BT being your new child now, and that's not sitting
I
on
know,
my
she's got
We
full on
established I'm old enough to be your child, Ian. So.
Harry Potter hair. Oh my god. Right, Milton has absolutely fumbled the ball there picking up Wood Elves, because I would like to windmill slam Lizardmen, please. They are popular. They're on Blood Bowl 3, which I think means it's going to help with the win percentage, because it's one of the most exciting teams on Blood Bowl 3. Milton's always complaining against running up against them repeatedly, I think, or maybe that was Underworld, I can't remember. But I mean, there's a ton of lizards. On the ball is obviously the best skill in the game. I think this is going to be a big year for lizards. I really do. I don't think they're going to get or need any more stars, but World Cup, it hindered them last year because they weren't allowed to take draw and dribble. Whether you take draw and dribble or not, I don't know. But I think the Lizards are going to continue to be very popular. And let's face it, they're not a bad team.
Yeah, but as I said at the start, I think they underperformed overall. There was like a lot of games played, but like they were on the lowest side of that bracket. And I think that's because we made the assumption that new players, like lizards are a popular thing.
Yeah.
Pick them up. It's sort of a, oh, well, what would be a good, like, in fact, I think we've seen this in the Discord a lot. It's like, oh, I'm going to my first tournament. What would be a good team to take? And a lot of people say lizards, you know, like, and so, yeah, I can see your logic. I was fighting over it, and yeah, I get where you're coming from with it. It might be a great pick. You're right about the whole drill and dribble thing. That would be interesting.
You were fighting over it, and also they weren't orcs. So.
Yeah,
they are green. They can be green.
They can be green.
So for round 2, then that brings us to Trips. Your pick of round 2.
Yeah, so I now get the double snake pick.
Snake.
So I will firstly go with a team that I think are a great tournament team who have got the ability to really have some fun, and when they get new star players as well, that gives them an added advantage. So I shall take the Necromantic Horror off the board.
Oh, okay. I mean, let's face it, Ivan is very effective. And the team's got ghouls, the team's got werewolves. I like Necro. God, I miss Blood Bowl. Oh man. Watching the NFL has just hurt me in so many ways because I'm watching. I'm like, oh god, I just want to do this. I want to play the games, but I've actually managed to get painting on the table in the middle of the night. But watching the NFL painting stuff, I've been working on 2 of the Bonehead Championship teams. Ben, I know I was going to get you to do the Norse, but Hungry Troll dropped their Norse, and I've started painting
Oh yeah,
them.
no,
And I
that's
was
right.
like,
You saved me a job.
I didn't think you'd mind. I didn't think you'd mind.
No, not at all.
But no. So Necro though, it's always just such a. It's I know they're tier 2, but they are a team that you never ever ever are not threatened by.
Yeah.
When you sit down opposite them, I think that they are the most tier 1 of the tier 2 teams in threat level.
Yeah.
But they don't. I guess they don't have the wins to be tier 1. But interesting.
Good team. Have the issues, but they're a very good, solid team.
Okay, so
Well, again, we might get a Tomb King drop, which
Yeah.
would give access to more
what are they
undead star
missing?
players.
What are they missing?
Yeah, but they
though?
might get something new because I mean, Tomb Kings could do with something fun, fast, cool, different.
Maybe
Which Necro has
or
one of.
maybe a utility.
Yeah, but they would get access to it, right?
So they already have it.
Oh yeah.
But maybe
That's why they're good.
a utility piece. Oh
Yeah.
my god! Although let's not forget vampires. I mean, Crazy Hat Lady, despite being a top
Yeah.
model, is a really lovely skill set and a really lovely price. I like Crazy Hat Lady. Interesting. No, that's a solid pick. So Trips.
So
Snakes
to
you.
start, to start round 3, I'm going to pick a team that are new in terms of how recently in terms of team numbers they came out, but I think will be played a lot in tournaments this year because people have finally got round to painting them and putting them together. So I will take Amazons.
Oh yes.
That's
Yes.
a good pick,
Yeah,
Travis.
they're good.
That's what I
Another
wanted.
flag for Drool and Dribble. It's the team I'm the most excited to get to the most excited to get to the pitch in theory. Although after watching all the NFL this week, I am absolutely gagging to get the Black Mountain Bucks on the board again, just because I've seen so much like booming linebacker play that I'm just like, yeah, I love this dominating the pitch. So I'm sitting there and I'm like, I really want to get the Bucks painted, and also the Bucks in the NFL winning. As made me inspired by that. But otherwise, the Drool Dribble Amazon roster is just so lovely, and I think will probably be one of the first games we play in the studio because I'm painting the Amazon team now, and Drool and Dribble I've got a drawer full of them, so I love it.
And last year we had the World Cup build at a lot of NAF games, and the Amazon stars were not allowed in those. So this year could be the year a lot of people play them.
Okay, does that drop to me?
Yep.
All right, now is it time for a stunty? Is it time for a stunty to take my licks? You've inspired me now, Trips. Talking about the World Cup rule set going away means we've got star player access, and some of the new star players. We got Ripper back, and most of last year Goblins were playing without Ripper. We've got. Can Skitter play for Goblins?
We don't know yet.
Yeah.
You're actually right. We don't know yet.
No, I think so.
Goblins have got
because,
Underworld, haven't they?
They've got.
Oh yeah, they've got
Yeah.
Underworld Challenge, in which case definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah. 'Cause they're gonna pack
But they can also play for Norse.
Mhm.
Oh, it seems greedy. No, I'm gonna take Norse. I'm gonna take Norse because now they can take a gutter runner.
And you were saying stunty, I was so happy.
What a surprise. You went with the gutter runners.
Well, yeah, that's it. That's it. That's what it took to make me love Norse. Is them being Skaven. And the Hungry Troll team is lovely. I'm thoroughly enjoying it. And found a new blue primer that's just making painting things just beautifully easy as well. There's nothing better. Ben, with our OPR project, I think I'm going to end up with blue lizards, just because.
Sounds perfect.
Yeah, I've developed a scheme now, and I like it. I like it. Anyway, that's my pick. I'm going to take Norse. Sorry for being greedy.
No, that was what I either wanted Amazon or Norse, and there they go. I was expecting them to go. They had to go, didn't they?
Yeah.
This makes it really difficult.
pick
So do I go for the
3.
stunty pick?
Let's take the next one that's on the list that you're looking at, Milton.
Huh? yeah.
So this makes it really difficult. I've got to count the fourth one to say now.
I don't want any of the others.
Nurgle.
Yeah, I'll just go Nurgle. I promise you it's there.
I wonder who wins more, Nurgle or Slan? Like, no one plays Slan, but no one wins with Nurgle.
Quantity, yeah. So, don't know. So it's either the stunty pick or humans, I think, or high elves, because high elves might get a drop, might get something new, might get an influx of play.
Ooh, that is quite a meta pick, actually. Ooh, yeah.
Well, I do feel like I'm putting all my eggs in an elf basket.
If you take high elves now, I will be like constantly looking at Norse versus high elf when they drop out, because like you're right. I think high elves are like the quintessential Warhammer fantasy. Like everybody loves high elves just because they're magic, and
there's potential here if Games Workshop do some really nice high elf sculpts. I mean, there's plenty of third-party alternatives, but you will get like a general influx of people buy from Games Workshop, right? And like you say, it's a very
probably more to do with a refresh of rules than the models. Although the access, I say the ease of access.
I'm trying to think off the top of my head whether they're a high win team. Then
high elves.
Yeah.
They were.
Yeah, I'm not playing them this year, so you're safe.
Yeah.
High elves were number 2 for most of last year.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
All right, let's go with them.
I do like that pick. I think what Trips was saying earlier about new elves dropping with new stars and a new team will bring a lot of new games. Ooh, that is fun. So that brings us round to BT. You're on a double drop again. Right? You are.
So I'm gonna pick Khorne.
Yes.
Not tactically, because it gives me incentive to do well.
Yes.
Further incentive.
Self-fiddling.
Yeah.
And it's not percentage. So even if you take Khorne 3 times and only win 1 game, you've still added a game to your points.
Exactly. Yeah. It's extra points. Makes you feel better. And I'm also going to take Elven Union, I think. I'm going to step up another elf team. Can't remember their win rate, but I remember it's all right. It's decent. All the elf teams are. So I think it's nice to have one.
It's easy to die with elves. It's not always easy to lose with elves.
Yeah. Bad league, I think, but great tournament.
Yeah. Tough.
Any tournament that gives good scoring points, they do well in, because they are a better bet for a 2 to 3 touchdown game.
I was 100% going to go with high elf as well, by the way. But it was Union's just sort of like budget high elf. So yeah.
I love it. So that what brings us back to Trips?
Oh, sorry. I should actually.
No, back to Miltonia.
Oh, Milton, yeah.
I'll quite happily skip the order and take
Thank you, guys. I appreciate it.
All right, I go in for my stunty pick because we're getting quite light on the ground here now, aren't we? I think dwarves are pretty solid, aren't they?
Literally, that's the definition of a dwarf. She's solid.
And again, humans, in a similar way to the orcs, have a pretty good sort of. I mean, they're not incredible, but they're better than average. I mean, they're better than Imperial Nobility, aren't they?
Oh, I love Nobility.
I really don't know anything about stunties. That's the trouble. I've kind of kept away from them until the end of last year, where I bought my Snotling team, and I intend to play with them. But Snotlings are gone already. So halflings, I think they're the worst of the lot, aren't they? No,
Haven't moved for some time.
No, halflings are they're it's all Griff, isn't it? Like is Griff
they've got
Griff
old
bad?
world alliance.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, is Griff bad?
There is a halfling build with the best player in the game.
They
And they've
can't
got,
take Hagflem. What is this
Pioneers.
nonsense?
Yeah,
Even
well,
better than the gutter.
Goblins, yeah, have access to all these stars and everything, but were they? Well, again, were they popular? Were they, like you said, were they not popular or as popular as they might have been because of the World Cup rule set?
The fact you can take Scrapper, the fact you can take Nobbler, the fact you can take Ripper, I think just really, and then they got a little bit of a nerf right in the soul.
The bomber nerf, yeah.
Yeah, goblins. yeah, goblins got sold on eBay for £5. Sorry,
Okay.
Milt, who did you go for in the end?
Oh, I still haven't chosen.
Oh my god, you had like
My
another 5
God.
minutes.
I'm kidding. I, th-
I'm going to cap you at 20 seconds for your next pick.
I think I'm going to have goblins.
Cool.
I'm going to go with goblins.
Yeah, I like that. That's a solid pick. I can't remember which way this is going. Is this me
It's you
now?
next.
All right,
Yeah.
fine. I'm taking dwarves. Milton's taking goblins. I like the idea of dwarves destroying goblins.
Yeah, that sounds fair.
And they can also take Griff. So, you know, don't agree with it, but they can. And I'm going to profit from those wins. So I will take dwarves. And then we get to the head of the snake, I believe. Triple pow.
Yeah.
Double pick, triple.
So, double pick. So Milton's carefully talked this through for all of us. So as for my pick 4, I will take the humans off. High number of games played, starter box, and of course they can take Griff. And then coming round to starting round 5, well, it's the same logic as last time. A new team that people have been painting up over Christmas. I was not expecting to find them on the board at the start of round 5, but I will happily have the vampires.
Yeah.
I agree. I think we're going to see a real solid win percentage from them. I don't know how. Well, yeah, no, I think you're right. I think we saw this last year, didn't we? Where was it Beachhead? We started to see a ton of Norse teams rock up.
Yeah. Like the year, like 6 months later, you've got to give everyone, unless you're really, really quick and keen, you give everyone 6 months to actually finish painting them.
And especially like Christmas time, because like everyone's like, oh, you know, get the team for Christmas, and if I haven't already got it and it's available, and they can top it up. No, love that. I think that's a great pick, Trips. Which I believe comes back to me again, right?
Ooh.
Yep.
Okay, now I think the high volume like teams are now off the board. I think the teams that have got a good win percentage and a good amount of games are now off the board. So I mean, I got to take a stunty at some point. I don't massively care between these two. I want wins. I think we will come. I'm not going to take that team. I'm gonna put my money where my mouth is when it comes to the Buccaneers. I'm gonna go with the Blackhawks. I think their win percentage is quite poor, but they are voluminous. So, like, I'm looking at some of these other teams. Like, they've got good win percentages, but they're not frequently used. And I think volume will go with Blackhawks. Plus, I love Blackhawks. Even if they don't get access to any good star players at all. Scrapper is the best they've got. I mean, obviously,
Purely the Badlands, isn't it? They get.
yeah. Poor greenskins. No, that is my pick 5. Is that right?
Yep.
Yes.
5. Milton.
Right. I'm going with Chaos Dwarves.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Well, I'll tell you why. Because
Is this your
I've got,
uncle
the,
again?
I've got the High Elves. I've got the Chaos Dwarves. I'm hoping the Tomb Kings are there when it comes back round. And I'm just hoping for a new team in the next couple of months for a resurgence.
Just whack the amount of games up and the amount of win percentage. I mean, win percentage is not massive, I suppose, if we go for volume of wins.
Yeah.
Chaos Dwarfs. I mean,
They're solid. They're dwarves with range, right? I mean, they're right.
I think they're pretty good, Chaos
Ooh.
Dwarfs. But they are a tricky team of legend, although we've had some good releases in the last few years. I don't think there's a team out there now that we're kind of left particularly in the wind for. I think for all, I mean, the Tomb King's Realm of Paths is absolutely like, apart from the only competitor to that is the Punga team, but it's about a quarter of the price. So Realm of Paths has like brought the Tomb Kings back to just a genuinely brilliant, fun-looking team to play. So it takes that access off. Chaos Dwarves, there's a ton of good options as well. It's an interesting one. Is this BT now?
Sure is. Get my 2 picks and then end up with Nurgle. So, I'm not going to deny Milton his Team Kings. I kind of want them, but I'm not going to deny him. I'm going to take both the Chaos. I think the Chaos and Chaos Renegade.
Fair picks.
I don't think they generally do that bad. And like you say, they're both in BB3.
We don't see Chaos with Hackflame all that often.
No.
But Skitter,
I don't see Chaos all that often, but
well, no, because most, even at 1150, they only get their starting roster plus a Minotaur or a cheap start. But actually, potentially Skitter with a million starting roster of Chaos now could be a real threat.
I think I'd rather run Chaos with 4 warriors and a star than with a big guy. I've not had very much success with the big guys. They always just fail. I know you're a big fan of the Minotaur.
I don't think you're wrong at this point. I think my love for big guys comes from 7s more than 11s, because they can make a much bigger, splashier impact in 7s, whereas 11s they're actually really easy to kind of contain. They're a ton of fun, but in the tournament environment, I think what you're calling out there, Milt, is very fair. And actually, Skitter Chaos at 1150 could
How
be.
Much is Skitter likely to be?
170, something like that. I'm not sure if he's out yet or not, but
yeah, we haven't officially seen the price yet. So
that sounds like that might be a Sandbowl roster for me.
you can afford anything at Sandbowl.
Yeah, have more.
Yeah, but it gives me the opportunity to have a backup like lineman or an extra reroll or something.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's a good one. Here's a good one. That's a solid pick there. Milt. Is this me again?
No, it's back to Milton.
No, it's back to me. I was just going to go with the Tomb Kings. I think I'll keep it
very
straightforward. Now I have all the 3 teams of legend.
I felt bad that you took goblins voluntarily, so I gave you Tomb Kings.
But goblins are played a lot.
Yeah,
like they are like okay, but they lose a lot. We'll see.
12 wins.
Right,
I'm going to be on the Discord every day now. Like, play goblins. Anytime anyone asks for
your roster has been rejected. It's not a goblin roster.
Yeah. I believe that in a tournament environment, halflings do better than ogres, but I'm afraid I could never, ever, ever choose halflings over ogres. So I'm going to take ogres for my starting pick.
That's the honourable choice.
It has to be done. I do love the Punga Chaos halfling team. That is mega fun. But they're releasing a Chaos Ogre team this month, so I'm good. I'm real good on that one. So that is over to Trips. The last sizzle.
So I get my last 2 picks, of which one is halfling by default. So that leaves me the choice of the other 4. So Imperial Nobility and Old World Alliance is clearly the 2 to choose between. And it's going to have to be Old World Alliance. Yes. And I think it's because I think we'll see them played more and more. Thank you, Blood Bowl 3. So
I think they're actually a reasonably decent tournament team if you get the right package.
OWA.
They're good, weren't they?
Yeah, they are surprisingly good.
Yeah.
Volume. It's interesting. Volume versus that is tough. Is that me now? Is it me? I'm so confused.
Back to you, yes.
Right, I'm taking Slan. I
No.
love Slan. I'm always talking about Slan. I believe that Imperial Nobility will score more points at this point in the game, but I've got to take Slan. Mostly so that Milton doesn't get all the edgelord teams and go full Thanos and snap us into oblivion, or that Exodus thing from Yu-Gi-Oh.
That's so frustrating because I wanted the Slan just in case. They might bring them back. You never know. They might make an official team.
Oh, I don't know. That's like the thing that we asked Jay in Warhammer World, wasn't it? It was like, Slan, can we have Slan? He's like, never. So
No.
I think
Yeah.
unless he gets fired, and I don't want him to get fired because he's actually doing a very good job with the game. So I don't know.
I'm still convinced they'll come back in another form. Like that
Yeah.
rule set is too good to lose, right?
Slan Esh.
Yeah, or something similar.
Slan Esh makes so much sense. Or Squigs, the whole Squig Hopper team. But no, that's not going to be the case. So that's me done and dusted, which means, Milton, you get a very tough decision here.
Yeah, I'm gonna go for nobility.
Which means the Mr. Irrelevant of the draft is Nurgle.
Ooh, I get my 13 wins. Okay, I looked at the rankings for last year now because I didn't have to pick. Wow, Chaos Chosen a lot lower than I thought.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I should have gone for nobility if I was denying you. If I was still giving you team
I don't know. On a popularity basis,
No,
then
nobility are barely any less, and they've got 3% more on the win.
Oh, that was me trying to put a lipstick on the pig.
No, they're surprisingly low. I really thought it was more than that. But yeah.
All right, let's have a look at the final picks. BT, what was your final list?
I went for Undead, Snotling, Khorne, Elven Union, Chaos, and Nurgle. That's Chaos and Chaos Renegade. Yeah. Really chaos heavy, actually.
Oh, well, that's actually quite a lot of
Yeah.
chaos teams. I was going to say, you got the full suite.
Yeah.
But there's a couple spread around
Missed out on Troll. Yeah.
Milt, what did you go for in the end?
Orc, Wood Elf, High Elf, Goblins, Chaos Dwarf, Tomb Kings, and Imperial Nobility.
I love that. Trips.
I've got Dark Elf, Necromantic, Amazons, Human, Vampires, Old World Alliance, and Halfling. So I am definitely the running, speedy, dodging.
Yeah,
group.
that sounds really threatening, actually.
I was going to say Trips has some good picks there.
Dark
I'd
Elves
like a
and
mixed team out of those 7 teams, please.
Well, there are 7.
Vampires, humans, high volume, OWA are good winning, and halflings are probably the best of the stunty teams. That's a solid roster.
What?
What? Halflings?
Snotlings are absolutely the best of the stunt.
Yeah.
I was just thinking from a tournament thing, but actually, yeah, Snotlings are better. Aren't
Yeah, really good, yeah.
they? Sometimes I drop back into old 2016 mode and where these teams didn't exist. And I'm like, oh, Amazon's definitely going to go great. Amazon's Roxanna, it's going to be wicked. We're going to have block guard everywhere.
Rip.
Oh, man. Those were good times. Talking of good times, we've got Skaven, Lizardman, Norse, Dwarf. That, I think, is a very potent quadrant. And then my glory picks were Black Hawks, Ogres, and Slan. Those are some... We've got some interesting glory picks there. Well happy that you took Dark Elf strips. I mean, I'm impressed with that. I do like that. Ben taking Khorne, Milton taking Orcs, me taking Skaven. It's interesting. Lizardman and Norse are probably 2 of the teams that I respect the most, but don't particularly enjoy playing. Like they kind of play counter to my playstyle. Well, no, Norse do. Lizards don't. But Lizards are like the counter to Skaven.
Flashback to Death Bowl.
Yeah, the important question is now, we know that BT's playing Khorne all year because he's got 84 of his 88 wins still to get or something like that.
Yeah. Games, not wins.
Yeah. Does that mean, for odd manning and going to tournaments ourselves, we have now trimmed down the teams we were looking at to only the 7 that we've got?
Yes.
Oh, yeah, that's what I was going to say. I'm playing Skaven all year. So
I hope for
Nothing
good
but
parents
linemen.
for you.
Nothing
Oh,
but
that's all right. We're looking at wins. We're not looking at win percentage. So
Yeah, true.
you can't tank. You can only help.
linemen.
I'm hoping to
Yeah,
get
guys, what?
go
Oh,
for it,
sorry,
BT.
sorry. Can you carry on?
No.
Okay, I was gonna say, what do you guys reckon? Maybe with these 7 teams, making another mixed 7 team out of these 7 teams.
I fully
Oh,
Pick
endorse
one
that.
player from each team.
Yes,
That
yes.
is good.
I feel bad suggesting that because I feel like mine are considerably weak in comparison to like Shrips.
yeah.
But
Well, you might be able to bash, but you won't be moving anywhere with your.
yeah, LV Union Catcher is going to do a lot of work.
Trips with his full like MA8 line. Like, oh dear,
That is a wonderful idea, Ben.
it's a great idea.
What are we talking? 600k,
Yeah.
and you can't take 2 of any team until you've at least taken 1 of every team. So, I mean, the point is that. So
I reckon just 7 players.
just 7
One from each
players,
team. 7 flat. Yeah.
and then fill in the gaps of team value with desperate measures.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's true. That's going to be
Yeah.
a thing, isn't it? Yeah.
Uh,
We've got
Probably-
a stunt in each.
No, yeah, I mean, if you genuinely did have that money left, but I don't think anyone will have money left because you're going to be talking
Well,
each
could you-
team. You've got 4 or
I'd say.
Could you not
5.
do 6 and then pick us what you like from the stunty?
No, I reckon 7 players, but no positional limit.
oh
So
yeah,
no 4 positional limit. You
Yeah.
can be up unlimited.
Right.
And then you'll fill out the money easily.
Yes, please.
Maybe 7
yes,
positions.
yes. I love this rule set. I'm signed up.
that is unnecessary aggression. I love it. Ooh, that's very cool.
If I'd known that was going to be the outcome, I wouldn't have drafted a different set of teams.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
your roster's looking
That's
absolutely
gross.
dirty now.
Yeah, I might roll ones, but I can still win something.
You got OWA and human, so you could even have 2 trebuchets for your half. You could have 3 halflings just because you can. I mean, I think you should really. I think that's
Yeah.
3 halflings, a zombie, a thrall,
But no
Uh,
thralls.
an assassin,
Vampires.
and a
Yes,
lineman.
those
Hope your vampires don't roll that one.
Oh man. Oh, I get the slan catcher. I am the Milton now.
Yeah.
Oh, wonderful. Actually, I think that's a brilliant idea, guys. That's actually brilliant. Ooh, a hobby project to go with the others. No, I love it. Wicked.
I like that.
How was that? I thought there was a quite a cool way to kind of look at the teams that are out there and kind of hypothesize what the format is going to look like to the year ahead, and we get to talk through all the bubble teams except Underworld. And I mean, before we wrap up, Underworld with the release of Skitter, are we going to see them? Are we going to see them get better or stay the same?
I mean,
I don't think they're going to get worse.
they're
yeah,
going to get worse.
I think you possibly just see them played even more.
Yeah, well, I'm hoping they get better because with 4
Yeah.
Chaos teams in my list,
Well,
I really
hang on
think-
though, is Skitter a megastar?
Not yet.
Not yet.
Neither is Cindy yet, although Bombers have kind of been toned back a little.
Mm,
I don't think they're going to get much better because Skitter is available by other teams. I think Skitter will have more of an impact on other teams.
Well, you better be doing good with the goblins because you all made me feel really bad about that pick.
Oh god, I don't understand goblins. I don't understand why they're so bad. I mean, I obviously do, but because their linemen
Yeah.
are too expensive for you to be able to afford a
Yeah,
team.
you can't afford a team and they go squish.
But they're
The Goblin player
popular.
mentality is to play them like a meme, I think. I think maybe that's
Yeah.
why. Maybe they get sabotaged by meme players.
I
People who
don't-
just code in to cause carnage.
maybe.
Yeah, I think there's
Go-to
definitely
team.
something to be said about that for sure.
We got goblins in the next Bonehead Championship. We have, haven't we? We have.
Yeah, we did. Yeah.
Oh, good. All right, good. Good. We get to see why they're not the most winningest of teams. soon, which will be pretty cool. Anyway, guys, we're going to wrap up for today, if that's all right with all of you. It's lovely to catch up, and hopefully you're all free to go back to normal podcast schedule next week. Sorry to mess up anyone's Wednesday schedules or anything, but it would be cool to get that one in.
That's good.
Yes, it's bloody wonderful to see you all, and it's lovely to talk Blood Bowl with everybody there. So we are going to wrap up. Thank you very much for watching. We'll be back soon with more Blood Bowl content. Happy blocking. Thanks very much for watching. We really appreciate your support. If you want to support the channel even further, please like and subscribe. It really does help us out. Or come join us on YouTube Members or in Patreon, where you can get exclusive access to some content, some loot, early access to basically everything we do, as well as regular competitions. Or you can pick up some Bonehead Podcast loot either on our website at boneheadpodcast.com. We've got the Dungeon Bowl things, we've got tokens and stuff like that, or on our Spreadshirt site as well. Everything you do just helps us make more content and hopefully do it of better quality. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. Happy blocking.